He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. Oops. Hi, sorry guys, you're here already. Okay, now welcome to program 3 in our biology series from NAMCOM, where today we'll be discussing leaves. Leaves are the food factories for all living organisms. We will be discussing the plant leaf, its structure and functions. The learning objectives of this lesson are that our learners should be able to describe the structure of a leaf and identify the cuticle, epidermis, palisade, and other parts of the leaf. And you should be able to discuss the ways in which the structure of a leaf is adapted to carry out photosynthesis. I will leave you now. See you later.
What's wrong, Melissa?
It's this horrible
Horrible pachu.
John, come on, sit down. I hate these plants this time of the year.
I see. Horrible plants. Do they bite?
Come on, John, stop making fun at me. I hate these plants. They give me hay fever. Look at my face. I feel horrible.
Let me see. Red eyes, runny nose, sneezing. Miss Kaulinga, you have hay fever. It's the pollen of flowers that causes that. Tell your boyfriend that you are allergic to flowers and he can never give you roses.
You can tell my boyfriend to start by not making me sit behind a freaking bush, doctor.
I'm sorry it gives you sinus, but that's not all there is to that plant. You know, Melissa?
Class, so when we say leaves are the food factory for the plants and for all other living organisms, this is quite literally true.
Ms. Veronica, I don't understand it. How can a plant be a factory?
Most plant leaves are green, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's as long as they are healthy and growing. In nature, as in real life, everything has a reason. And the green color of the plant leaves indicate that they have chlorophyll inside them. That's the factory ingredient. I want you to write this down. The plant leaves produce their own food, which is a sugar called glucose. The plant uses this glucose for all its own growing needs. Animals and humans are quite grateful for this delicious food, and it forms the basis for the food used by all living organisms.
She's allergic to some plants, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Melissa. But do you know the plant still provides nutrients to build our immune system so that we can cope even with allergies?
Really?
And it makes the medicine that we need to get well. All those are in the glucose the plant produces when it is converted into different nutrients.
Really, Miss V? Plants make their own food and ours? How does that work?
Let's have a look at the leaves you have on your table. Now, as you can see, there are many types of plants, all with different types of leaves. Some are small, some are big, but they all have the same function. They produce glucose. I want you to pick up the bigger leaf and your pencil and a blank sheet of paper and draw exactly what you see on the leaf. You can use your hand lenses to view the leaves better. You have 5 minutes to do this.
Learners, for the exams, you are expected to be able to identify the external parts of the leaf. The external structure is the outline, the parts that can be easily seen when we look at it. Firstly, you can see the midrib or main vein, which runs from the stem where it attaches to the branch straight to the tip. Then, you know how one talks about blade of grass. The blade or lamina is the flat surface of the leaf. The tip of the leaf is known as the apex. Now, running from the middle line, you know, the midrib or main vein, there are lateral lines towards the outer edge of the leaf surface. And we call the outer edge of the leaf the margin. So, learners, in terms of the external structure of the leaf, here's what we should know. It has a line through the middle, which is the midrib or main vein. And it runs from the base of the leaf to the tip, which we call the apex. From the midrib to the sides or outer line of the leaf are lateral veins, which are smaller or thinner than the main vein. The flat surface of the leaf is called the blade. And the outer edge of the leaf is also called the margin.
So that was the outer or the external structure of the leaf.
Where is the food made then?
Definitely not on the outside, Melissa. We would have been able to see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's look at the inside of the leaf. The internal leaf structure consists of the following parts that we have to know: the cuticle, the epidermis, the palisade, the spongy mesophil layers, the vascular bundle made of xylem tubes, the phloem sieve tubes, the guard cells, the air spaces, and stomata. It sounds like an earful, so let's talk.
Sure, ma'am. Do you really have to memorize all those words?
We have to know them, but it is easier than it sounds. Once you look at the functions of each of them, remember, we cannot fully study photosynthesis without knowing more about the leaf structure.
I remember learning about photosynthesis since grade 6 already. Where are the chloroplasts with the chlorophyll inside?
Melissa, class, the leaf is adapted specifically for the process of photosynthesis, which, as we have already said, is the production of glucose, its food. The internal leaf structure consists of the cuticle. This is a waxy waterproof layer covering the upper epidermis. As you can guess, the cuticle reduces water evaporating from the leaf. Underneath the cuticle is the epidermis, a layer of transparent cells covering the surface of the leaf. It is quite similar to our own skin actually. Next we have the palisade, which is the mesophil layer. The palisade cells contain chloroplast for photosynthesis. Another mesophil layer is the spongy mesophil layer, which also contains chloroplast for photosynthesis. It is these two mesophil layers where photosynthesis takes place, Melissa. The vascular bundles are made of xylem tubes which transport water and the phloem sieve tubes which translocate sucrose. Numerous air spaces in the next layer allow gas exchange by diffusion between the mesophil cells and the air outside. The next layer has the guard cells controlling the opening and the closing of the stoma. The stomata are tiny holes or pores which allow gas exchange and transpiration to take place during photosynthesis. So, Melissa, answer your own question if you can. Where in the leaf is the food made?
In those two mesophil layers, that's where the chloroplasts are. That's where photosynthesis takes place.
That's right, Melissa. John, why do animals eat plants?
Well, it's their food. Herbivores eat grass, leaves, fruits, and roots of plants. Otherwise, if they are predators, they'll eat the flesh of other animals.
That's right. Plants make their own food through the process of photosynthesis in the leaves. Even grass has leaves. The plant stores their food in the roots as well as the tubes such as potatoes.
Wow. So much happening in the leaf.
She told us it's a factory in there.
Like in here.
Viewers, let's now look at how the leaf is structurally adapted in order to carry out the process of photosynthesis. Firstly, most leaves have a large surface area, thin and flat, to maximize exposure to the sun. This is because it needs sunlight for the process of photosynthesis. Leaves also have a network of veins to effectively transport water throughout the plant. The glucose produced is translocated to the other parts of the plant from the leaves through the veins. Additionally, the veins support and hold the leaves flat to capture the sunlight. The stomata, or tiny holes underneath the leaf, allow air in and out of the leaf. And do you know, the stomata close in the night to keep gases and moisture inside the leaf cells, and they open up again during the day for gaseous exchange to continue. Well, viewers, isn't nature perfect? Let's recap what we have learned about leaf structures in this lesson today. Chlorophyll in plants enables green leaves to produce glucose, which is converted into nutrients for the plant itself, as well as for the animals and humans to eat. The external structures of the leaf consist of the midrib or main vein, the apex or tip, the lamina or blade, lateral veins, the edge or margin. Important internal structures of the leaf include the cuticle, which helps reduce water evaporation from the leaf, epidermis, a layer of transparent cells covering the surface of the leaf, the palisade mesophyll layer and spongy mesophyll layers contain chloroplast for photosynthesis. Vascular bundles transport water and translocate sucrose. Air spaces allow gas exchange between mesophyll cells and the air. Guard cells control the opening and closing of the stomata for gaseous exchange during the day. And leaves are structurally adapted to maximize glucose production, especially in that they have a large, thin and flat surface area to maximize exposure to the sun. This is because it needs sunlight for photosynthesis. Leaves also have a network of veins to transport water and translocate sucrose throughout the plant. The stomata, or tiny holes underneath the leaf, allows air in and out of the leaf. They close at night to keep moisture inside the leaf. That concludes our lesson. Thank you for watching. But before we go, we have our regular SMS competition question for you. Please take part. You can win a prize. To SMS your answer, enter the keyword for this program, which is leave, and then send as your answer the option A, B, or C to the number 5003. One SMS costs 3 Namibian dollars. Here is the question. Where in the leaf does photosynthesis take place? Is it in A, the stomata, B, chloroplast, or C, vascular bundles? We will announce the winner within 3 days, and if you are the winner, we'll call you to collect your prize at the NAM call center nearest to you. See you again tomorrow when we'll be discussing photosynthesis. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.